An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Gone! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Under.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here go 47.
On 3rd down. That's Grant. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Tried to get it on the edge there, but there was no seal, nowhere to go, had to step out.
Yeah, sometimes the defense just wins those battles because ordinarily the guy setting the edge, offensive tackle, tight end, H-back, someone of that caliber, wasn't there on that play. Defense wins it in a big way, no gain at all for the offense.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They start the drive with Cook, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Right there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time to Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And Forbath's kick is no good. It's wide left for Forbath, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. Threw the ball to compensate, and in doing so, sent this one off target.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Being chased out left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens are in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to...
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 30, 20... And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big run that time by Bell. 56 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
It's coming now. 26.
On second down, it's Bell. Pushing through the contact. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Forbath will put this one through. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he cuts it right sideline. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a big run that time by Bell. 46 yards on the ground. And for those worried about whether or not Le'Veon's explosiveness would return, I think we just had our answer.
ACL? What ACL? This guy's back running as if he were totally healthy and never had an issue.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And on the ground they go with a running back. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, He's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on first down. Room here to run. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And an alley to run. Space to run past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a first and 10 at the 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On 3rd down, it's Bell, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And Forbath will put this one through, and the lead grows to 4. It's 13-3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Gone! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go. 47. 47. Here we go. 9-8. 47. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Wide. Get wide. 26.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And an alley to run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. Wide 8.
Again, it's Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, slow down.
Here's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now they'll run it on the toss. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he fends him off. Steps away to his left. Now he's going the other way. Now a desperate. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now they try the right side here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Ravens. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
He's back to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Matt Ioannidis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third and 7.
Here we go now. Green.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. A pair of first downs gives them a first and 10 up at the 44.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
Money bag. Money bag. Money bag. Make it like a money bag. Money bag. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I said, babe, he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, yeah, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money bag, 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 money bag. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, yeah, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money bag, 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 money bag. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see